Hi guys, this is Tiana and Nick with Lambert Outdoors, and we are here today at Maumee Bay State Park Campground. We have been here for the last 3 days. Today we're actually checking out, but we've gone and done some exploring all over the park. The reason we're doing this video is actually because when we started looking for campsites to stay at in Ohio, we couldn't find a whole lot of reviews on the campsites themselves that people had done. There's some promo videos that like the Ohio State Parks have done and that kind of thing, and they're pretty decent videos, but we just prefer to have some real people perspective. Yeah. So, and I'd like to think that we're real people.
Yeah, like we want to see what the bathroom looks like. We want to see, you know, how far things are away from each other.
So you're going to see a few things coming up in the video, a little bit of features that we feel like the park had to offer, and then stick around for the end and we'll give you 3 things we like about it and 3 things we don't like about this park.
So we have Tiana on the beach, soaking up some sun, and then this is the beach. They have like these little breakers out there, and then kind of a bunch of little bays. We're actually on the non-swimming side, boating only. And then you got the marina inlet here. Done a little fishing over here. 1 bite, that's it. There's the marina. And right there behind the marina is the lodge. This is the inland lake at Maumee Bay State Park. It's a nice looking lake. There's a lot of algae around here, but what catches my eye is all the trash that is around here. And it looks like this lake, the state campground so far, is in need of a facelift. Do you agree, Tiana?
Yeah, just like the decking in places looks like it just hasn't been maintained. Even like the walkway just doesn't look like they're maintaining it all that well. Yeah. But it's not horrible. The bathrooms were clean.
Yep. And so we're going to give you a complete review as you're watching this video, but yeah, I just wanted to point out a few areas of trashiness. First catch at Maumee Bay State Park, off of that pier that we showed you yesterday in our other video. Got myself a bass here at the inland lake at Maumee Bay. I'm almost to the island, which is right behind me there. So there you go, using a worm, wacky rig Senko. All right, so we're finally getting into some fish here at the Maumee Bay State Park. This is about a 2-pounder. This is the 3rd bass I've caught. Not bad at all. I'm on the island now, so just casting out right in front of the algae, and that's where it hit as soon as it hit the water. We are here fishing at the steps in Maumee Bay. Tiana is fishing right now. So these steps, these concrete steps, they go quite a bit, and we've saw a few people here fishing, so we figured we'd give it a try. Tiana's out here catching fish.
Hi guys, we're at Maumee Bay State Park and we're right by the lodge, but right here, like right by the lodge parking lot, there's access to tennis courts or pickleball. If that's your thing, you can probably play pickleball there, and basketball. And also there's a storybook trail. I do think that this Miss Mabel Seeds is the same story that was on the trail at Harrison Lake State Park. So maybe it's you know, the state park is just using the same story, which makes sense. But anyways, there's also a little lending library, so if you have some books, you should leave them in here, because it's a sad state of affairs. There's only 1 book in there. So anyways, come check it out. We just came off part of a hiking trail, like the biking trail, I don't know what it was called, but it started at the nature lodge and it kind of dumped us out here at the back side of the main lodge, where you can see the swimming pool part of the lodge, and it looks like probably a house that's available to rent. I'm not sure what they call that here, but it looks pretty nice. So that's where this trail led us.
We are tent site number 147. We tent camped in our Coleman darkroom technology tent, and we put up a screen tent this year like from the entrance, there's Tiana. From the entrance to go through, and then we would put all of our stuff in here. Kind of like a little kitchen area. It's mostly wooded in the back, even though on the map it would show that it butts up against water. And then we have our little cooktop and then your fire ring over here. So we can bring the tables and chairs over here at night and play card games or whatever. But yeah, not a bad site at all. Once again, it's my job to do the bathroom tour. This is the family bathroom that has the shower in it. There's 2 of these. So it has everything you need, even a little bench, kid changing station, toilet. And the showers are really nice in here. But water builds up, so you're like staying in a puddle all the time. Even if you're just over there in the toilet, there's water everywhere. And this is the regular bathroom. So you have everything here. The showers are actually pretty decent. Everything's really clean at this campground as far as the bathrooms go. But you got 3 shower stalls, and then 2, and then a urinal. So, and then 2 sinks.
Okay, so this is the loop that we stayed on, sites 145 through 178. There are, like, the sites are pretty far apart, which we really enjoy. We like not feeling like the people, you know, are right, like we're right on top of each other kind of thing. So that was our campsite we just passed. But they all seem to be back-in sites. I believe that all of these sites are electric only. I don't think there's any full hookup sites if you are an RVer. I don't think there's any that have sewer, at least not down this route. There could be some in other loops. I'm not really sure, but I think they're all just electric sites. But they're really, like, the pads are all pretty level, it looks like. It doesn't look like too much of a hill or anything like that. I mean, we are in Ohio, so hills aren't that big anyways. But yeah, so this is the loop, and all of the loops pretty much look like this one. I will say this loop and the loop that is like 216 through 256, those sites are probably the easiest access to the playground. There's only one playground on this at this camp, and if that's important for you, for your kids to be able to like go to the playground and you not necessarily have to be right with them, those 2 loops, 145 through 178 and 216 through 256, are the easiest to access the playground, and there is the bathroom and a little shelter house all kind of in one central location. But this is it, just looping around, and all the sites are pretty much the same, like we said. So have some really good space between them, and that's that.
Hello, welcome back. We are back home. We had a great time, and we are now going to talk about, since you've already seen a little bit of the campsite and the state park, we're going to talk about stuff we liked and disliked. So here is kind of like a general map. Over here is the state campgrounds, and those are the 2 ponds, and then way over here is the lakes and beach lake. And then the beach is like right here, so that's quite a distance. So some cool things that they did have that we aren't necessarily in our likes or dislikes is that they do have a bike rental at the park office.
There's actually also an 18-hole golf course if you're a golfer.
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
probably a really nice golf course.
And a really nice nature center.
Yes,
the nature center is extremely nice and very cool, and they have like a bird watching place and everything.
And those are things like you don't have to be staying at the park or staying at the lodge or anything like that.
You just go and see it for free.
Yeah. They also had a nice lodge. We didn't see the rooms or anything like that.
But we did stay in the lodge a few years ago.
Many years ago, and I think it was recently remodeled.
But it looks exactly the same.
We don't know because we didn't go in the rooms, guys.
But so which one do you want to do, likes or dislikes?
Let's let's do the dislikes first, because
Okay.
then we can end on a positive.
Okay, perfect. So, things we didn't like. Number one, go ahead, babe.
Oh, it was really like the trails, the boardwalks, that kind of thing were really, really run down. Like the buildings around the beach and the inland lake, very run down, not well kept. The trails around that area, not well kept. And the little pamphlet that you can pick up at the state park says that it has kayak, boat, canoe, sailboat rentals, all that available at the inland lake. None of it. None of it available.
So when COVID happened, they basically shut it all down, and they never reopened it, and it looks like ghost town.
It does look like ghost
We
town.
didn't bring the kayaks because we assumed we could just rent kayaks there.
Well, it wasn't even an assumption.
Yeah.
It was, we read it on the website.
Yeah.
We read it, like I downloaded that pamphlet before we went,
Yeah.
and that's the information that's provided.
So bad on you, Maumee State Park.
Well, I think that like ODNR, right? Ohio Department Natural Resources, time to update your materials, your marketing materials, please.
That and it's not 2020 anymore. Let's get past it. Let's reopen stuff.
Yeah.
More people are camping. Let's help those people out.
Yeah, sure.
So my dislike would be, so the trails themselves. So the nature center, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a boardwalk trail. No signage that says that this boardwalk trail is shut down. You start walking, you get to a point, and there's a sign that says you can't go any farther. So you got to turn around and go back. That was one of the hikes.
It just dumped us out into, like, it didn't let
By
us
the
go
lodge.
on the boardwalk, sorry. It just dumped us out by the lodge. And we're like, that was not a mile and a half.
And that was one of the trails that we were actually looking forward to taking.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the walking paths, so when you're walking from one part of it to the next, so let's say you're going from the inland lake to the beach, those trail systems are not nice anymore. It's like they're all chewed up, haven't been maintained at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the trail systems need some major attention.
Yeah, and I think one of the things along the same lines was, but not counting this as our third dislike, but I think you even did a clip of this in the video where we talked about the trash.
Trash everywhere. Algae is like all around the inland pond.
Sure.
But
just the amount of trash, and that's
trash.
actually not even the park's problem. That's a people problem.
Yeah.
Guys, just pick up after yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, just pick up
a lot
after
of trash.
yourself. Anyways, that's
And
what
our
I said.
third dislike is,
oh, the campground. Again, I like things where they're close together, but the campground is so far from the beach, and the activities like the nature center and that kind of thing, you have to drive there to get there, and it's just not my
almost
favorite
impossible
thing.
to walk.
I mean, you could, maybe if you had a bike or like an electric bike or something, you could go to the beach, sure. We're not bikers in the sense of a motorcycle or pedaling a bike. We don't do that. It's just not our thing. So we had to drive in order to get anywhere away from our campsite. So it was too far to walk.
And even like to the bathroom from our particular campsite, it is quite a walk just to use the restroom.
Yeah, I mean, there were campsites that would have been in closer proximity.
Even those would have been a little bit of a walk.
Sure, yeah.
It's not like at some state parks you have a bathroom right on the road where you're staying. It wasn't like that. No. It was like between rows.
Yeah,
so
those were just like you over likes.
Yep, 3 likes.
Okay, so that's why I said I wanted us to end on a positive note.
So piggybacking on that, one of our likes is that the campsite is actually where they're pretty spaced out.
Yes.
We don't like it when you're like right next to somebody, you can hear their conversations.
Yeah,
they
you can reach
yours.
out and touch their camper.
We don't like that. And some state parks are pretty close together.
Yeah, very.
But this one was very spread out. So you had a lot of room between you and your neighbor.
And each campsite was like, had a good amount of land, we'll call it, right? You had a good amount of
So we like
property. So, yeah.
I'll say this one and you can.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places to fish. You got the inland lakes. The state park has 2 lakes, which I didn't catch anything. The campground had 2 lakes. I only caught bluegill there. And then you have Lake Erie, the steps and all that, which we saw people catching drum and largemouth and stuff there. So there are fish there.
So there's a lot of places to fish if you're a fisher person, fisher woman or man, angler.
There you go.
So, and then?
My favorite, the bathrooms were clean. Have to end on that happy note.
So good job, volunteers.
Yeah, the bathrooms were very, very clean every time we went in there. I mean, I have no complaints about the bathrooms, and that's usually that's a deal breaker for me. It is a deal breaker. So clean bathrooms, flush toilets, hot showers.
Yeah.
Everything was really good as far as that goes. So.
And the bathrooms at the nature center, I mean, like, it's a brand new bathroom.
Well, I mean, they don't have the showers, but like to go over there, the nature center itself. I felt like was probably one of the newest buildings. Yeah, I don't know when that was built, but bathrooms were great. So if that's something that you care about, also if you're camping, if you're tent camping, or even if you're in an RV and you don't want to have to, you know, fill up your gray tanks using your own water or your black tanks, whatever. Go to the bathrooms there. They're very, very nice. Very well kept. So
we plan on doing more of these review videos as we travel around to the different state parks. We do have the state park book, so we're trying to check off some as we go. So make sure you follow this channel, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Tell us what is your favorite state park so we can go there next.
Yeah, actually, we are going to start planning our trips for 2025 because we're done with our 2024 trips. You might have one more video coming. I'm not sure if we do or not. But anyway, so tell us in the comments some places that you think we should put on our calendar for next year. So, yeah.
Thank you, and God bless.